The crown prince was only kissed once by his newlywed wife. The next day, he discovered his crippled legs had healed. Even his head of white hair had turned black. Though he was overjoyed, it also made him realize his wife's identity was far from ordinary. Turned out the woman's true identity was the empress of the underworld. In her previous life, she was a general with an illustrious military career. But while out on a campaign, she was schemed against by a conniving woman and perished along with 100,000 soldiers. The crown prince, her childhood sweetheart, also turned white-haired overnight due to her passing. After becoming the underworld's empress, the woman came to the mortal realm and found a lady agreeing to help her take revenge, on the condition that the lady's body would also be used by her. Then she directly crashed the wedding to snatch the groom. When the crown prince saw the woman's appearance, he was shocked, because she looked exactly like his deceased fiancée, while the scheming woman, upon seeing her, immediately got scared and sat on the ground. After all, she had personally plotted to cause the woman's death, but the schemer felt that no matter who it was, no one could stop her from reviving the former crown prince. Then the schemer activated a formation and unleashed a soul-swapping grand spell. Once the formation started, the crown prince was locked in place by an invisible force, and all the servants in a crown prince's manor started attacking each other as if possessed. The former crown prince also reappeared by the power of resentment. Turned out the schemer wanted to use the formation to revive the ex-prince, using the current prince's body. But she had forgotten one thing, which was that the woman standing before her was the underworld empress. Just as the former prince tried to possess the body, the woman only lightly blew the flute in her hand. The ex-prince instantly vanished like a raging fire extinguished, while the schemer also suffered backlash from the spell and died a miserable death on the spot. After awakening, everyone had completely forgotten what just transpired. At this time, the woman asked the prince how her flute playing was, but the prince clearly remembered this song was composed by none other than his fiancée, so he asked her why she could play this tune. The woman dismissively said she heard someone else play it once. In that moment, the prince didn't think too much of it, but he started to question the woman's true identity. After all, someone who could instantly eliminate evil spirits was no ordinary person. Soon, the wedding night arrived. The woman, looking at her past lover who went white-haired for her sake, felt a pang of sorrow in her heart. Then, before the prince could react, she directly knocked him out cold. Then discovered he was afflicted by deathly energy, which was why he couldn't stand. In order to treat the prince's leg condition, she immediately transferred spiritual energy into the prince's body. The next day, when the prince woke up, he found that not only could his legs stand, even his white hair had turned black. But the woman told him, if he wanted to completely stand up, he must find the source of the deathly energy. Although the prince grew more and more suspicious of the woman's identity, he also sensed that she meant him no harm. So he agreed that if she cured his leg condition, he would fulfill one wish of hers. Thus, the two started searching for the location of the deathly energy in the courtyard. The guards on the side still held a skeptical attitude towards the woman. At this time, the woman also discovered the source of the deathly energy through the eyes of hell, and this room was none other than the prince's wet nurse's quarters. But the prince refused to believe the nanny who raised him would harm him, until the woman dug out a bead emanating deathly energy from a box. Only then did the nanny confess everything. Turned out the 8th prince had threatened her family's lives to make her put the deathly bead in the crown prince's manor. Then the woman crushed the bead of deathly energy with her bare hands. Finally, the prince's legs, crippled for many years, had also completely recovered.